knitters, I'm checking in with you this morning. I haven't done a video for a long time, and I thought I would say hello and share some of my knitting projects that I'm working on right now with you in a brief video. So I hope you're all doing well. It's gotten really cold here in Madison, like highs in the 30s, but I just saw that it's supposed to warm up again this weekend into the 50s, but also be raining. So anyway, I've pulled out my wool sweaters and I'm just really enjoying them. This is my favorite of the moment. It is the Carrie Bostic Hogue Quince & Co. Oh, I'm blanking on the name of the pattern. But I love it. It's just a simple top down with the cute hood on the back, and this is the one where I did that steek crazy. I made it and it was way too long, and so I wanted to shorten it up. So I did all kinds of crazy stunts with it too, like that involved steeking the button bands and unraveling. And but I love it. It's such a great length. Now it just, it's perfect length, and I'm so happy I took the time to change it up. So I've been busy knitting up a storm. I've had a lot of work knitting that I've done, and I'm also doing a lot of personal knitting, and I'm doing some gift knitting for members of my family. We have a lot of fall birthdays, and so that's been really fun. So here, let's get started. I'm just going to show you some of the fun things that I've been working on. First of all, my son, who will be 22 this month, at the end of the month, he wants a pair of socks. He really enjoys having nice long socks. And so, of course, the man with the bigger foot wants the nice long sock. But I'm doing this really wonderful sock for him, and I'm using just size 2 needles. I'm using this Spunky Eclectic I Heart Fall sport weight yarn that I don't even know where I bought it. I got it a really long time ago. I might have ordered it online. I feel like I ordered it online, but here it is. It's really pretty and fun. And the fun thing about my son is that he does not care about the color. He'll take anything. He'll take any wild color. He would take stripes. He doesn't care at all what color it is, but I'm using size 2 needles. I just cast on 64 stitches on the size 2, and it fits him just great. He has a pretty average size foot, I think. He wears a size 11, but he wanted these 9-inch cuffs, and I just did my usual how I make my socks pattern, so no surprise there. Heel flap, gusset, just absolutely love it. I love my double points. Regular toe, except I didn't decrease down to 24 stitches. Let's see, what did I decrease down to? 32. I decreased down to 16 on the top and the bottom instead of the 12 that I do for the fingering weight socks. So that's coming along really well. I'm going to have enough yarn. I weighed this finished sock, and I have like 4 more grams. This maybe was like 52 grams, and this was 56. So I think I'm going to make it, which I was really concerned about because I've never knit men's socks before. So that's really fun. He also wants a hat, so we've been picking out some hats. He's really interested in the Dustland hat or the Windchief, both by Stephen West, and I have those patterns, so I think I might whip one of those up for him. I'm really interested in hats right now. I just love the hats, and I'll get to that too. I finished this beautiful skein of hand spun. It's by my, here we go, friends. Oh no, it's going to be backwards. Doesn't matter. What am I thinking? Friends in Fiber, you could read that backwards. Friends in Fiber on Etsy. It's BFL. I kept saying it was Falkland, like on Instagram and stuff when I was spinning it, but I did some in progress shots, but it's BFL, 4 ounces, pumpkin patch. I got 172 yards, and oh my gosh, you guys, it's like, oh, look at, do you see that? And the color, it is pumpkin patch. Look at those colors. It's gorgeous. I don't know. It should probably be a nice hat, I think. Yeah, we're hat people. In Wisconsin. I had a friend who used to make a lot of Jell-O dishes, and I've talked about this on the blog before. And she would make these intricate Jell-O, like in a 13 by 9 inch pan, and she'd layer like 7 or 8 different colors of Jell-O into these layers, and some of them had that like cream Jell-O in it. And I loved it so much. She told me that they were Jell-O people. Her family was Jell-O people. So we're hat people. We're not so much Jell-O people, but we're hat people for sure. So speaking of hats, let's talk about some of my hats. Now, this hat is probably the coolest thing I've ever made. Maybe not, but it's one of the ones that I enjoyed knitting the most. It's the Piri Fleurs by Kate Davies. P-E-E-R-I-E, Fleurs, F-L-O-O-E-R-S. And just look up Kate Davies, and you'll be blown away by her patterns. I have so many patterns of hers that I want to knit, and I'm going to actually. I started another one because I enjoyed this one so much. But, you know, I collect all these little balls of, like the Jameson, Shetland, and Knit Picks palette, and Harrisville. I have a lot of those yarns, just in their fingering weight. The Woolly Wool, wonderful yarns for color work. Look at the top. Oh, it's just like the best ever. The top, I love it so much. Super fun, and I love it. I don't know what else to say about it. Here's the inside. I had people asking me to see the inside. So here's my inside. It's pretty cool. Cool stuff. I just love it. I mean, how could you not love that? I was inspired by Paula Emmons-Feasley of the Knitting Pipeline, because she made one, and I just had always wanted to make it. And then when I saw hers, I had to follow suit. Okay, so I'll try it on. I mean, how good? If it's like there's no tomorrow. And there is. Anyway, cute. I don't know if you can see it. Ugh. It's like I wake up in the morning and I just put it on. I put on my sweater and I put on my hat and my wool socks. Ugh. I'm just so happy about it. It's cool. Really cool, right? So the other thing, as far as hats, I'll probably take some photos of this too, because I basically can't get over it. The other thing is that I posted this little hat pattern. I made some little scrappy hats for the swim team girls. My girls have assigned sisters on the swim team, so I made some hats for them just using worsted weight, leftovers doubled, and I gave the whole kind of recipe formula for that. It's on Ravelry, and it's called Scrap Happy, so you can look that up. And I basically did the same thing with a bunch of hand spun, and this is worsted weight. So for the worsted weight, I didn't hold it doubled. I just used it straight, one strand. And what I did was I cast on 96 stitches. I did the ribbing in a US size 7, and then I switched to an 8, and I went up for 7 inches, and I used all kinds of different yarns. I used my Highland Handmaids Falkland in the Puffin's Landing colorway. my nose backwards, but you can kind of see. I got this, she gifted me this, the lovely Heather gifted me this at Knit East up in New Brunswick. So that was really fun, and I've used it. I did that cool 6-ply where I held I spun it into singles, and then I held 2 strands doubled, and I did the Navajo plying with 2 strands. So instead of doing instead of making a 3-ply, I made a 6-ply, which was wonderful and fun. I overplied it horribly, and it kept kind of haunting me because I did overply it. But I was using my new wheel, my new artisan wheel, and you know, I'm not, you know, when you get a new wheel, not that I would know because I don't have a lot of wheels, but I've heard that it takes a while to get used to them, a new wheel, and I actually think that's really true. So I was having just a little control difficulties. Like I was having trouble controlling it. I think it would work better on a tensioned Lazy Kate. And the one I have for the artisan wheel bobbins just is not tensioned. So I think if I did it again, I would do it on my Ladybug with the tensioned Lazy Kate to get a little more control, and so I could kind of make it a little looser. But regardless, it knit up absolutely beautifully. I'm thrilled with it. I mean, look at this hat. It's just like the most fun. Okay, so let me tell you what's in here. So I did the ear flap and the ribbing is in the Puffin's Landing, the 6-ply hand spun that I just was telling you about. Then I took a bunch of scraps. I grabbed some wool that I knit Peachy some mittens out of this gray wool, those twilight mittens, Bella's mitts, I think they were. She loves them. She still wears them all the time. Then I went back into my Puffin's Landing. I had some random kind of brownish colored, I think it's got some alpaca in it. I did some little stripes. I went back to my, I did some kind of like broken rib texture-y stitch right there, where I did like a knit 2, purl 2, and then I knit around. Then I did purl 2, knit 2 on the next round, so I did that for a little bit. Then up here is that loop bump that I spun and knit into that stripy hoodie sweater. And I finished that off. I used every piece of my hand spun. I used, and these other little balls too, I just used them right up, and it was so much fun. And then I don't know if you've seen this, but the big thing I've been seeing are these gigantic pom-poms on hats. I love them, and I like them when they're just really crazy, so I used up the hand spun on those. It's wonderful. And last but not least, I added on the ear flaps later. I just picked those right up, and then I threw on one of those dollar headbands from Joann's, and I just stitched that on. And while I stitch it, I'm with a needle and thread. I just stitch it on with a needle and thread, but I stretch it while I stitch it so that there's sure to be a lot of stretch. Now, sometimes after a lot of wear, you know, we're hard on our hats here in the winter. I do have to re-stitch these on a little bit because the stitching breaks, but it just takes a second, so it's not a big deal. So I stitched that on. I made twisty ties. I used some puffin that I had left over from my Agnes sweater. That's a Quince & Co yarn. I knit an Agnes sweater, and I have like a ball and a half left of this brown, I think it's called Bark puffin. It's really cute, and I use that in the pom-pom too. And I love it that it doesn't all match. I mean, it's all like mix and match and wonderful. I did the exact same measuring technique that I did for the Scrap Happy, where I mark that center point and I measure back. I find like 4 inches back from this the center of your forehead. That works pretty well on most people for the hat measurement. So I'll try it on for you here. It's really cute. So cute. Cute, 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 warm. I mean, my sons, I have made them the Surefire hats, and they'll like tie the ties under their chin, because you know when it's below 0, you need that. So I don't know if you can see how cute. This is so cute. It's so cute. So now I have another hat. I don't know who this one's for, if we'll just keep it in the hat, you know, box in the closet and anybody can wear it. So there's that. So I have 2 hats that are done, and I'm pretty thrilled about them. Just the sheer like heft and squish of these. And this hand spun, I had 106 yards out of 4 ounces because it was a 6-ply, so I didn't really get much yardage out of it. It went a long way. I just threw in, you know, some little striping yarns, and I mean, it's so pretty. And then the top is just, it looks really cool because it kind of striped and, anyway, really fun. And I know a lot of people have been talking about the scrap happy hats, so that's been making me really happy. And I'm on this kind of scrap kick because when I saw, once again, I'm mentioning her, Paula Emmons-Feasley, released a pattern called the Magic Cake Ruffle Shawl. I want to call it Magic Ball, but it's Magic Cake Ruffle Shawl. And of course I had to do that right away because I knit a lot of socks. And I have a lot of leftover sock yarn. So I made this magic cake. I have a bag that I keep all my sock yarn leftover scraps in. And I just pull them out and started just winding them up. And look at that beautiful cakewalk in the cherry blossom. We miss you, Rose. I don't know. I have no idea. People ask me what she's doing. I don't know. You know, I have no idea. But I hope she's well and that she's very missed. So who knows if she'll come back or not. But I wish her well because she's very talented. But I want to show you how far I am. I'm very far. This is my shawl, and it will be this way. Oh, look at how cute. You guys, that's going to be really cute. And I'm even adding in stuff now, not in the magic cake. I'm like throwing other stuff in that I think might look good as I work along. So here's this is some Zauberball that I did a long time ago. So I keep getting kind of out of the frame there. And so that's fun. And then I have some Noro sock yarn, Noro Kirion sock yarn in here. I have more cakewalk. I have some opal sock yarn, more cakewalk, Kristen Nicholas, Garden Effects yarn, cherry blossom. And right now I'm working on the Zauberball. But what I think is fun is to have kind of your pattern sock yarn. I have some long striping sock yarns, and they're super bright, and then I think that's fun to bring down the brightness with the contrasting grays or darker shades. So I'm really enjoying that. Anyway, and then if you're wondering, I've got, Paula did 59 of these little pairings of the yarn overs. So I have, I marked off here so I don't have to keep counting. So I have 20 right there. I have another, where's the second one? Oh, I have another 20 right here, so I have 40. I don't know how big, I might make it a little touch bigger. And then I've got another, I don't even know, maybe 10 right here. Now the rows are getting really long, so it's taking me a lot longer. And I love how it's going to have these long tails, and I'm going to do that on my next shawl that I designed too, because I love to, like to tie them around like in the back, or I still want that one that I tie across. When I'm teaching at the places, I take people's shawls and I try them on to see if I can wear them over my shoulders, cross around the front, and then tie in the back. I try on, and the color affection would do that very nicely, and I have a kit for that, so I'm going to have to start that. But I love the long tail, so we'll see how far this one gets me. So that's really fun. All right, the other hat that I cast on that I had mentioned was next up in line is the, I'll move that, come back a little bit. There, no, my head, I feel like my head has been cut off a lot. Is the Snawheed, S-N-A-W-H-E-I-D, I hope I'm saying it correctly, Snawheed. I think heed means hat. And it's by Kate Davies again. And here it is. So pretty. This is just like a snowflake hat with a gigantic white pom-pom on the top. However, you know, the tops of Kate Davies hats are so beautiful. I don't know if I want to cover that up. I mean, this one has a pretty, like an intricate design on the decreasing on the top, and I don't know if I want to cover that up with a gigantic pom-pom. So we'll see if I end up doing that or not. Oh, I just love it. One little tip that I have when you're doing these is I will mark off every repeat. Now these are 10 stitch repeats. I think the Piri Fleurs was an 8 stitch repeat, so every 8 stitches I would put stitch markers, and it just helps so much. So, you know, I highly recommend that if you're going to knit one of these, because I don't know about you, but I'm up and down, I'm distracted, I have to answer an email, I have to do stuff, make lunches for my kids, pick kids up, so I'm up and down all day, you know, while I'm working and doing all my things. So here's the inside of this. This one I have to do some trapping here and there, but I actually think that's kind of fun. So there that is. This is on a size 2 needle, using the Jameson 2-ply wool. Oh, and then the gigantic pom-pom I made was with this clover, the blue one, the Clover Pom Pom Maker. I keep covering up my, that's like the knitter's take one. So that's the Clover Pom Pom Maker. Okay, I had 2 more quick things I was going to show you today. 3 more quick things. I've been doing some cleaning out and looking for things, and so I found this stitchery that I got in 1973. I'm sure my mom bought it for me. And it's called Prayin' with the apostrophe. That always drives me crazy. Prayin'. But it's a little girl by her bed with the patchwork. It's Holly Hobby-ish. Her little feet. It's a kit. Look how cute. I think I'm going to make it and frame it just because I love it so much. So I got this when I was 9 years old, and I never made it. I have another Holly Hobby one that I started, but you know, my mom was just the most beautiful seamstress and talented woman, and we spent a lot of time in the fabric store with her, and she'd go through those gigantic pattern books that were laid out on a table, and oh, I loved the whole thing so much. It was always so exciting. But I'm sure we were on a trip to the fabric store, and she probably bought me this at the fabric store. I have 2 wonderful books that I want to tell you about quickly. This is Isolde Teague's new collaborative book called The Rhinebeck Sweater. It's got 12 sweaters, sweater patterns, stories, and more. And I think I love all of her work and her books, and I love her creative, independent side. She's such a go-getter, and I really admire her. She's amazing. She's done so much independent work, and she's a very hardworking young woman. But here are these lovely women. Oh, look at them. They're so cute. But anyway, there's some great sweaters in here. I almost like to make every single one of them. Oh, I mean, there's really not a one that I wouldn't make. Mary Jane Mucklestone has one. Look at this. Wonderful. Aunt Fred by Pamela Wind. Oh, Wind, not Wind. And, you know, my never... I love Lauren Elkin. I love her. She's hilarious and funny, and she's teaching at SSK next summer, and you guys are going to have a lot of fun because she's just silly and fun and upbeat. But look at, oh, she's gorgeous. Look at her. And she's super petite and cute, and oh, you're going to want to just eat her up. But she never fails to put in a really funny picture of herself. Like, if you go back and look, her sense of humor is so contagious. And I saw this sweater. It's called Artichoke French. I'd really like to make this one. It looks so good on her, though I don't know that it would look as good on anybody else. Because, I mean, look at her figure. She's gorgeous. But I'm teasing. I think it would look good on other people. But as I was as I was looking at her blog, all of a sudden I looked and I was waiting for the silly photo of her, and she did not fail. Can you see her eating the artichoke French there? I was hilarious, her mouth, and that kind of stuff cracks me up. I think it's hilarious. Okay. Oh, I bought that book. I bought it. I love it. You're going to see more. I think I'm going to knit Isolde's Mary Jane Mucklestone's gorgeous sweater. I want to knit Laura's sweater. There's so many in there I want to make. Some of them are really simple and fast, and it would be really fun to make them. But this is that book. I just got it yesterday, and I did start reading it. But Barbara Perry, Yarn Farming, Adventures in Yarn Farming. Oh, you guys. 4 seasons on a New England fiber farm. I will never be a farmer, but I have such a strong interest. I love nature and being outdoors, and I mean, it's so good. So anyway, this reads like a novel. I mean, she's telling you all about her life on the farm. I'm going to read it cover to cover, and I already started. And it's just a beautiful book. It's by Roost Books, Boston and London. It's got this cloth binding. It's like an old school, like hefty book. Oh, the books. So many. Anyway, I hope you're well. They're having a huge sale. All of a sudden, I saw on my email for Vogue Knitting Live New York, the Sunday classes are half off for a few days here, so you should run and snatch up those classes. And I hope to see you there. I hope you're in my class. Okay, cute knitters, I will see you soon. Have a great weekend coming up. Bye.